Trading will humble the out of you. I don't care how good your trading strategy is, but if you trade long enough, you're going to have a losing streak. When that streak goes a lot longer than you expected, it can really mess up your head. And 2025 was that year for me. And I'm talking about looking at my account, questioning everything, and wondering if I should just throw in the towel and maybe give trading a break. Honestly, the timing of this video is crazy because just a few days ago, I got an email that reminded me why I needed to share this story. This trader reached out to me after we had a one-on-one conversation back in October 2025. They're exactly where I was at the beginning of 2025. A countdown to $16, feeling like giving up, wondering if they should stop trading altogether. And so today I want to share the exact steps that I'm taking to get out of that, to renew. And not just the pretty parts, but the messy and uncomfortable truth about what it really takes to rebuild. Because I mean, this isn't story time. This is your roadmap. All right, so step one, get brutally honest, even when it hurts. The first thing I had to do was really look at myself in the mirror and get real. Not emotional, not defensive, just painfully honest. Was I actually trading well, or was I just getting lucky sometimes? Was I sticking to my plans, or was I making decisions based on fear and FOMO? Was I following a real strategy, or was I just grabbing trade ideas from Twitter, Discord, YouTube, basically anywhere but my own brain? And look, this part sucks. Nobody wants to admit that they've just been winging it with trades. Your trading platform already has the evidence that you need. Even if you've never kept a proper trading journal before, your broker logs everything. Exactly what time you got in your trade, what price you paid, how long you tortured yourself in each position. I went back through my trades one by one for like the past month and broke it all down. And so it was like watching a highlight reel of my own bad decisions. Like, really? You did that? But it was exactly what I needed to see. This is exactly what the trader who emailed me should do right now. Before you can fix anything, you have to see what's actually broken. And trust me, your trading platform has all the receipts. Go back through your trades. Step two, hit the reset button and actually mean it. So after that reality check, I didn't do what I would have normally done. Just jump right back into trying to make it all back. No, I stepped completely away from real money and went strictly paper trading for at least about 2 months. Just practicing, no pressure, no real money burning holes in my account, just me trying to remember what good trading actually looked like. So before you roll your eyes and you're thinking paper trading isn't the same, it just doesn't feel the same, let me tell you something. Even legends in books like The New Market Wizards, people who managed millions of dollars and worked on Wall Street on the floor, they took massive hits and had to step back and completely reset. So if it's good enough for them, then it's definitely good enough for us. To the person who emailed me with this $16 left, this is your moment. That $16, that isn't failure. I hate it when people say this. It's tuition paid to the market university. Now it's time to step back, reset, and rebuild the right way. Step three, feed your brain something better. Now this is where things really started to shift for me. And I think that this might be the most important step of all. When I was in that dark place, questioning everything, I went back to something that's never let me down, and that's books. Okay, so I dove into The New Market Wizards, The Intelligent Investor, and honestly, books that weren't even about trading, like The Confident Mind. It felt like getting advice from mentors who had been exactly where I was. This is what I realized. Books are basically borrowed experience. By reading, you're getting decades of someone else's wins, losses, and hard-earned lessons condensed into something that you can absorb in a few hours. You don't have to take every single piece of advice that you get from books. Sometimes all it takes is one new perspective. That's all you need to see the game completely different. Step four, pick one thing and actually stick with it. This is where I had to get real about something uncomfortable. I felt like I was trying to trade everything. Swing trades, day trades, different sectors, random hot tips from everywhere. So I was basically a trading trading nomad. I had no home, no place to go. So I made a decision, pick one style and commit to it like my life depended on it. And so for me, that meant diving deeper into a version of what I learned about called the turtle strategy. And so basically that's looking for high breakouts over shorter time frames, getting in quick, getting out even quicker. It's pretty simple, clean, and very rule based. And you know what happened when I stuck to just one approach for 30 days straight? That confidence started to build back up. Not because I was winning every single trade, spoiler alert, I definitely wasn't, but because I was operating with clarity instead of chaos and confusion. Step 5, swallow your pride and start small. I feel like this one is gonna sting for a few people. I need to say it loud for the people in the back. Hello? Just because you can trade with a lot of money doesn't mean that you should. Oops. So this was probably the hardest pill for me to swallow. I had to put my ego in a box and start trading with smaller accounts again, like I just started out. Because when you're rebuilding, it's a lot better to blow $200 while your thing's out than to lose $20,000 because you thought you were too good, you had the money, you're too good for a small account. I've read stories in Market Wizards about people who, came into trading with inheritance money. And again, I'm talking millions, and they lost every single penny. The market doesn't care how much money you have or how much money you start with. It cares how well you manage it. And honestly, it really doesn't care at all, okay? But this is for you. For the past 5 to 6 months, I've really been focusing on building small accounts. I'm learning more than I did when I was throwing around bigger numbers and letting my ego drive my trades. And actually, this is exactly why I started doing more of the small trading account challenges every single month in my Discord. I'll start with $500 in an account, and my goal for the end of the month is to either hit 2,500 or 5K by the end of the month. Now, of course, it's not always a sure thing. I mean, we're trading, not printing money. But by doing these challenges consistently, I'm really helping myself learn my trading style. I'm figuring out what works best for me, what doesn't. And I feel like I stay laser focused on risk management. I'm working more on that and the trades that I take. So if you're interested in joining us for one of these challenges and you want to practice building smaller accounts, my Discord link in the descriptions, there's something powerful about doing this work with other people who are also committed to getting better instead of just getting rich quick, because I promise you this does not get rich quick. The point is that starting small isn't a punishment, it's preparation. So you're building the skills and the discipline that you're going to need when you do start to scale up. Those skills are a lot more valuable than whatever ego boost that you get from trading with bigger sizes before you're ready. Step 6, respect your stop loss like your life depends on it. This is where a lot of us, even myself, mess up. You know that feeling when you see the position that you're in creeping towards your stop loss, that sick, burning sensation in your stomach, and then your brain starts that negotiation process. Maybe it'll bounce back. I'll just give it 5 more minutes, one more candle, and then I'll decide. Does that sound familiar? We've all been there. When you size your position the right way, and I mean really, really right, then you don't even have to negotiate with yourself. You don't have to hope and pray, okay? You just follow your plan because that plan was built to handle this exact situation. Step 7, document everything because your future self is gonna thank you. If you haven't already, start keeping a real trading journal. And this is a little bit more than just putting your entries and your exit targets, but also how you felt in the moment. What were you thinking? What triggered each one of those decisions? This is gonna become your personal trading psychology textbook. So write down what you were feeling before you got into that position, during the trade, and after you closed out. And then you can track those patterns in your emotions and decisions. So this data becomes gold when you're trying to find out what triggers your worst trading habit. The bottom line, you're not broken. You're just recalibrating. Look, losing streaks, they can be painful. They'll definitely shake your confidence, make you question everything, and sometimes keep you up at night wondering if you're even cut out for this. But this is what I want you to understand. They're also one of the most powerful teachers that you'll ever have. They show you exactly what needs fixing. They force you to get real about what's actually working and what's just wishful thinking. For me personally, I feel like my comeback came down to these 7 things. Getting brutally honest with myself, taking time to step back and practice without that pressure, feeding my mind with better inputs, simplifying and sticking to 1 or 2 strategies, period. Trading smaller while I rebuilt my skills, respecting risk management like my future depended on it, because it does, and documenting everything to build my personal trading psychology database. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you feel like you're in that dark place, if you're questioning whether or not trading is still for you, I need you to hear this. You're not broken. You are not a failure. You're just in the middle of a recalibration. Okay, so this is what I want. I want you to take some time to study your own trades like you're studying for the most important test of your life. Pick one trading strategy and stick with it for 30 days, just 30 days. Paper trade it, log everything. Start small and get focused, get better. Think about it. You're not starting over. You're starting from experience, and that's actually a huge advantage if you use it right. I want to hear from you. Let me know, what's one hard lesson that you learned from having a losing streak? Leave it in the comments below. Just keep showing up, keep learning, keep fighting for your future self, because you got this. I'll catch you guys in the next one.